Hey everybody, as some of you would have seen on the kind of commentary section of YouTube, the community part, I do have the coronavirus, so I can't really concentrate enough to make an analysis video, but luckily I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit better, so I'm in the, I guess, right state of mind to say at least enough about the good things that Ireland did against Scotland and kind of what I think Scotland need to improve. So firstly, Ireland, wow. Wow. They're on 19 competition points right now. This is the first match of the Six Nations where they haven't conceded where they haven't received a bonus point there rather. Scotland, on the other hand, going to be pretty dodgy for them without Finn Russell and Stuart Hogg in their last match of the tournament. But you know what, guys? I think that not having those guys is going to be really good prep for the Scots, as they've given Russell so many starts in the Townsend era, aside from 13 or so for Hastings and the odd one for Weir, the odd one for Kinghorn. It's just been Russell, and it's been the same thing with Hogg at 15, so hopefully Ollie Smith will get a very good go in the jersey. With Hastings injured right now, I'm expecting Kinghorn to wear 10 and Ollie Smith to wear 15. That'll be a really good test for those two as a combination. Whereas the Irish, they've also got a fair few injuries heading into their game against England. Ronan Kelleher injured, Dan Sheehan injured. We know Rob Herring's going to be starting at hooker for the Irish, but the big question is who exactly is going to be that fourth choice hooker for definite. Herring, Sheehan and Kelleher, they're definitely going to go to the World Cup. We know that for a fact. So this will be a big test to see who the next guy on the shopping block for a call-up is. It'll be really good if that particular fourth choice player can get some decent minutes against England as well. Scotland, they looked really promising in this game. So, hopefully they'll at least go into pool, I think pool B it is, that's the pool of death at their end of the World Cup. I really hope they're at least going to go in with the mentality of we can stop them scoring lots of tries unlike all the other teams. So at least they'll be able to hit and say, like, right guys, we can slow them down, we can run it close. Now we just need to take that last step, get the win. Whereas the Irish will obviously be on their toes against Scotland. They'll have to be very inventive for the World Cup. And I'm really happy they were able to get themselves out of a bit of a gridlocked scoreline and finally start correcting all the stats that went in their favour. You guys can probably tell I can't quite concentrate. You can probably hear the block nose, but both teams did so many excellent things in this game, and I also want to commend the referee for officiating it so well. And Josh van der Flier, man, the World Player of the Year, pretending to be the hooker when the line-out was on, with Cian Healy coming off the bench to scrum in the number 2 position. Phenomenal stuff. I'll be making a depth chart video after the Six Nations for Ireland, Scotland and France, whereas I'll wait for England and Wales before the World Cup so we can get a proper grasp of what Gatland and Borthwick want. Because I don't think there's a point in counting all these minutes from the Jones and Pivac era for players who aren't really on the radar for the new coaches. But yes, I'll be very surprised to see some of the minutes we're going to get into, Van der Flier with that line-out throwing, crazy stuff. And I'll have to really remember those minutes from Healy at hooker for this depth chart, because it's going to make the World Cup pretty interesting. After 100 tests, I never knew he played hooker back in the day. Phenomenal stuff. But seriously, just to score 7 points in the whole game after getting that early try for Scotland, they will be disappointed. So their biggest challenge, it is going to be continuing to get that scoreboard ticking over with the penalty goals. Jamie Ritchie as a new captain, I've said before, maybe he's still yet to quite properly learn the value of keeping it ticking over with taking the three. So I really hope to see Scotland in round 5 take the 3 as often as possible against the Italians, who are going to bring it. Let's face it, Italy will be angry after that loss to Wales where they couldn't quite fire in the first half. Ireland, though, against England, it's going to be a massive score. The minute that game's over, I'm going to rewatch it, go through all the footage, and I want to get an analysis video on that one done less than 24 hours after the game, because holy crap, Ireland have impressed me so much. They've been phenomenal in the Six Nations, and wow, just hats off to them, eh? I'm kind of starting to think the Irish are going to be World Cup favourites going into 2023's World Cup. But with France kind of getting that reality check, it's definitely shaping up as a two-horse race, and I truly believe it's going to be a France vs Ireland final. As you can tell, I can't properly concentrate compared to a lot of videos because of the virus, but I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update on my thoughts on that game. And my general thoughts are both teams did really well, but it was good to see a clear victor, with the Irish just outsmarting the Scots with their kicking game and doing a bit of a better job defensively, though the whole cover defence structure does distort the stats to trick you into thinking the Irish aren't very good defenders. Honestly, guys, what a massive performance for both teams. It'll be really good for them ahead of Pool D at the World Cup. Thanks so much for viewing. Sorry I couldn't get a proper video done because of the virus, but I think I'm going to be well enough to cover this weekend's games, so bring it on. Cheers for watching, guys, from Max.